Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is MichelleAna. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, hey girl. Today's video is going to be a tag video. I've not done a tag video in I can't even remember how long it's been, but it's been a really long time. And I had seen this assumptions tag pop up frequently lately, and I was like, you know what, I think I want to do this because it's interesting to kind of see where you guys, or what you guys see, and what are some things that you guys assume. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I did a little sticker poll on Instagram so that you guys can send me some assumptions that you guys have had about me. I really thought it was really interesting to see some of the responses, but it put a lot of things into perspective. And so I'm going to go through some of the assumptions and we're just going to go through them. We're going to talk about it. And if you guys are interested in some of the assumptions that the Instagram fam had, just keep on watching. All right. So the first one is from Spirit-Filled Mama. Hey, Spirit-Filled Mama. She says that you're very patient. So time is really important to me. I do not like to waste my time. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, but I am patient to a certain extent. I'm patient with people in terms of having grace for them. But if someone is abusing my time, that's when I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this. And then we have D. Ebony Moore saying, I assume you don't ever fall in your walk with God. That's really, really, I actually got a lot of this same kind of assumption. And I am not perfect, guys. I am far from perfect. And just because you guys don't see my imperfections play out on camera, it doesn't mean that I don't have imperfections and I don't fall. I do fall. But there's a difference between falling, getting back up again, and falling and you're just completely backsliding, you're just away from God, and it's different. But I do, I am weak in certain areas and God is still working on me. So yeah, another assumption was that I'm very strong. I didn't know how strong I was as far as just life until just a lot of different things started happening in my life that looked so and were unfortunate, but looked daunting and impossible to other people. And when I just started getting so many messages about oh gosh, you're so strong and you're so strong, I'm like, God, really? The reason why I'm strong is because he's my strength, and I don't take it lightly because I like I say, you guys know, I talk about it all the time on my videos. I cannot do this life without God because he literally is my strength and is what carries me. So thank you for that, though. Elizabeth says, you try to be raw, transparent about your emotions, experiences, but still keep some things private. I 100% agree with that assumption. I am very transparent. I kind of have been documenting this grief ever since my husband passed away last year. And no, 2 years ago. Wow. Oh my gosh. And yeah, it's been very healing and very therapeutic to kind of walk through this and document it. But there are a lot of things that I go through that are just very sacred and intimate, and I keep private. And I would 100% agree with that emotion, with that assumption. I looked at the word emotion and I said it. And Melissa 9 says, how do you stay so positive after everything you've lived through? So that's not an assumption, but a question. And honestly, like I said, I keep my feet grounded in God. And sometimes it's really, really hard. But to decide and to know the fact that I don't have to live this life on my own, and I don't have to be the carrier or the burden carrier of the things that I've been through. that really frees up so much space in my heart. So that's how I really get through a lot of my days. But that's a really good question. Luz Dr. Maid says, you are super shy in reality. I wouldn't say I'm shy, because once I'm spoken to, like, my personality comes out. I talk to anybody, anything, anybody, anyone. I don't care. I will talk to you. I think that everyone deserves a chance to be heard, because we're all human. And because we are human, I think it's important to acknowledge people. But I wouldn't say that I'm shy. I'm not shy. I'm like, I hold my own. I could be quiet in a room sometimes, maybe if I don't know anybody, but let me know one person or be introduced to one person. It's like my personality completely takes over. I might be like a little like, but like, my person, like, God has really like given me just like that ability to really have a conversation with anybody. So I wouldn't say I'm shy. That girl Gigi says, you are a strong woman of God. You are so focused in him and his word. And yeah, I mean, very true. Like, honestly, God is my strength. Like I said, I'm very focused on the things that because what God has planned for me far exceeds the little dreams and the little plans and minute things that I could ever draft for myself, that I could ever think for myself. And that's so exciting, because he made me and he put those dreams inside of me. So to think that he has better for me and even bigger dreams, I'm like, yes, God, I'm gonna focus on you. The next one is from Shan Evelyn. I hope I'm saying these names right, guys, and I'm so sorry if I'm not. You're the best role model for Christian millennials and the type of person everyone needs. That just like, oh my gosh. Listen, guys, like, I'm literally just like you. Like, I am a regular woman that just loves God and just is really passionate about other women and men, but other women specifically as it pertains to my calling to live out their purpose, even in the midst of experiencing big disappointment. You know what I mean? Major disappointments. Your tragedy doesn't define you and doesn't define the rest of your life. And so that's why I'm so passionate about the content that I produce and even like the beauty and the lifestyle content that I produce. Like, I wanted to always point back to the center of who I am. So thank you so much. That is so sweet. You're a go with the flow kind of person. So, go with the flow. I get what you mean. But I wouldn't say I just kind of go with the flow, right? There's an intention, there's a strategy, there's a heart behind everything that I do. But in terms of, anxious situations, I've experienced so much anxiety that I'm like at the point in my life where I'm like, if it's not going to have me at peace, I'm just not going to do it. So I'm going to just flow out of this. So that's the way that I kind of go with the flow and things. But I'm very intentional. So I'm not going to do things just to do them. But I get your comment. Like, I get what you mean. Alex Girl 92 says, it's easy for you to pray. Girl, it should be easy for us all to pray. Prayer is literally a conversation with God, acknowledging his goodness, having reverence for who he is, but ultimately having a conversation with him. Like, prayer, oh my gosh, there's so much power in prayer, guys. We need to do it more often. Sable Linda says, you may be a woman of God, but telling someone off still comes easy. Wow, that was a lot. Listen, guys, it takes a lot for me to get upset or angry. Like, I really am. Like, I've been through so much that it would really take a lot to piss me off. Like, real talk. Now, do I get annoyed? Do I get frustrated? Do I get petty sometimes? Yeah. Like, I'm Latina. I'm Puerto Rican. Like, it's just in me. It's just in me. You know what I mean? It's in me. So, but trust me, God has anchored me and has humbled me so much that I'm just like, you know what? If that's how you're going to act, then you like it. I love it. That's how we're going to do it. I like that assumption though. You know. Life with Her says, you are stronger than you think. Man, has God proven that to be true? I literally didn't know my strength until after experiencing a lot that I've experienced in the past, like 2, 3, 4 years. Seriously. Blue Rose 20 says, I assume that you are so strong and nothing gets to you. Things get to me. I'm not gonna lie. Things do get to me. But not in terms of, I don't take things personal as it pertains to the internet. You know, people will try to poke at me. People will try to come at me. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, some things, like if you catch me on an off day, it'll sting. But at the same time, like I said, I'm so anchored and so confident in who I am that there's like really nothing that can shake me in that capacity. Because I don't take things like this, like online and people online, personal. I really, really don't. And I hope that makes sense, because like I legit have gone through so much that I'm like, you know what? I can't let that bother me. If that's how you feel about what I'm talking about, if that's how you feel about me, then I can't change you. I can't change your mind. So yeah, I mean, things do get to me, but I do think that I have tough skin. That's a good one. I definitely have tough skin. I have tough skin, but like a tender heart. I'll conclude with that. Melanie G says, I cannot see you dating a white guy. Woo! And that you're visiting Deb in 2019. So yes, I am going to be in LA in a few weeks in February. And Deborah's birthday, her birthday is in February. So I'm so excited to see her. It's a really, really short trip. Because I'm really going for her birthday, but I'm so excited to be in LA again. As far as dating a white guy, y'all are so messy. I cannot. I'm not even gonna go there. Ness Alvarez says, you're very friendly. Yeah, listen, if I could just have a retreat with all of y'all and like we just all hang out, cry, journal, talk about Jesus and like just stuff, that would be like the ultimate. Like I love relationships and community. I haven't always done it well or understood the concept of that, but as I grow older, I really do appreciate community, and that's really what this is, a community. And so yeah, I'm definitely friendly. The next assumption is you are strong and beautiful. That's truth. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, girl. I really appreciate that. Another assumption is you're open to dating. I'm open to dating. Honestly, guys, at this point right now, I'm not. I'm really not. Like, I'm really not. I am so focused. I'm kind of in my Ruth in the field working. Like, she was like working, okay? That's my season right now. That's kind of like where I'm at with that. And guys, to be honest with you, and going back to what Elizabeth said about transparency and like all that stuff, like, I probably would not be, I'm going to be so honest with you, I probably wouldn't be the person that would even put it out there if I did start dating, or if I was in a serious relationship. I probably wouldn't let y'all know, real talk, until like a week before I get married. I'm so serious. Like, that's how sacred that part of my life, especially after all that I've been through. Y'all know. But no, I'm really not. I'm not interested. Pretty Brown Lights says, I assume that you are very strong, full of gratitude, and intentional about boundaries. Yes, it's so important to have boundaries because your character, you know what I mean? Like integrity and character is so important to me. And whenever, like, I am personally offended when anybody ever comes for my character. It's different when people like don't know you and they say what they want, but when someone personally knows you and they come for your character, like that's a whole nother level. But I'm definitely intentional about setting boundaries, making sure, everything is clear as far as relationships, especially with the opposite sex, like with males, with guys, in my life. Like, it's very important for me to make sure that I make things clear. So yeah, good one. That's a good assumption. All right, what do we have left? We have Peace Love Pulse says, you don't get angry or yell at anybody. You're so sweet. Like I be getting an attitude sometimes. Like I'm not perfect, guys. Like I said, I got a little bit of spice in me naturally. So, it is what it is. But it takes so much for me to get angry. I don't get angry. Oh my gosh. I don't even get angry because here's the thing. I know what anger feels like, and I've been angry before. And for someone to take me to that capacity and that level, I would have had to grant them that access. And that's just not, I don't allow that. I don't allow that in my life. So you're right. A Beautiful Destiny says that you love to dance. Girl, I love to dance. I do it for the culture, okay? We keep it clean. But I love music. It's just in me. I love music. I love it all. Samantha Bias says, you're literally perfect. Oh my gosh, girl, I'm not. I love looking up to you and having you as a mentor. Oh my gosh, like a virtual mentor. God bless you too, girl, because you said God bless. That's so funny. Oh my God, that is so cool. All right, so I don't know how to say her name, but I'm going to go ahead and read. You are crazy in love with God, and that is an amazing thing. I really am, guys. He saved my life. So I'm going to live for him for the rest of my life. Live and Love says, I hate making assumptions, so I don't make them. I love your content, plain and simple. Thank you so much, girl. Ashley Ryan 90 says, the Holy Spirit has a strong connection with you. You hear from him often. #goals. Holy Spirit is my bestie. Like, we cool like this. Stephanie Shipman, your faith is so strong. From what you put out, it never seems to shake. So yeah, so I realized that, like, of course I talk about God and faith a lot. And, but guys, like I do have times where I'm like, oh my gosh, Lord, like, are we really doing this? Like, I mean, I trust you, but help my unbelief, like help the part that is just a little shaky. So, my faith walk isn't perfect. I mean, I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm not really the best at memorizing verses and knowing the stories and all. Like, I'm learning as I go, and I'm trying to do better. And that's just like the raw reality of my relationship with God. Stu Funny says, you don't want to move on from Curtis or date again. So this is interesting. I honestly, I wouldn't say I would never want to date again. But just right now, like, I'm just like, there's just so many things that I'm processing out of me and out of my heart. And I just wouldn't want to bring that into a new relationship. Like, it's just like, I don't. And honestly, like I said earlier, I'm just really, I cannot be in a relationship right now. Like, I'm just like, no. Nick Knapp says, I assume you are an extroverted introvert. You're really my best friend in the IG and YouTube world. Hey, girl. So, yeah. So, it's funny. I don't even know what I am anymore because I can literally be in a room full of people and I can, like, really chat it up. Like, I can talk, I can hang, I can chill. Like, I like to be invited to events. I love people. I really, really do. But when I am done, like, my energy is completely zapped. Like, I am like, I can't see people for the next year. All right, not the next year, but like I can't see people for a long time. You know what I mean? Like I need to regain my energy. I need to regain my strength, and I just need to spend time with myself. I love spending time with myself. I really do like to be in a quiet space, either read or I don't know, watch Netflix, or just really be in my own space, or be in the presence of a small amount of people. That's really like one of my favorite places. And I really love community too, like just doing life with people. So I guess I am kind of like an extroverted introvert. I call myself a learned extrovert. That's what I say. B. Duran says she assumes that you have a clean room always. Girl, I try to keep it clean. I really do. I really cannot function in a messy, disorganized room. I can't do it. I don't know how people do it. I cannot. But I mean, it ain't perfect all the time. Andrea Peacock says, you always look for the good in people. I really do. I always want to assume the best in people, and I always want to believe that there's good in everyone. I know that is like probably sounds really naive, because not everybody is a good person. Not everybody has good intentions for you, but I really, really do want to always believe the best in people. Very good assumption. Liana Siobhan says that you only listen to Christian music. No, I really don't. I really like all types of music. For me, I think especially like when I'm in a fast, yes, like I only listen to like Christian music and Christian podcasts and like all these different things. But when I'm not in a fast and just daily living or whatever, I really like all types of music. Like I love jazz, like that really, like for me, working to like coffee shop music, like that's cool. I think that this is a very like touchy subject for some people, because I once was that person that would be like, oh, you ain't supposed to listen to, ma'am, it ain't that deep. I think that only you can moderate, only you know what you can take and what you cannot take, right? So I like clean music. I'm good with it. I think it's all about balance. I think that if you're not comfortable with it, then just don't listen to secular music or non-Christian music. But no, girl, I be listening to all types of stuff. As long as it don't get me all crazy, I'm good. Vivian Unson says, finding it hard to relate to non-religious people and talk to them using different vocabulary. I don't know about the different vocabulary, because I never want to like change who I am. Like I always want to be the same consistently. When you meet me in person, guys, this is exactly what you're going to get. This is my personality. This is how I am. And I talk to, if you're a human and we're talking, I'm going to acknowledge you and I'm going to address you with respect. And I don't care what your background is, or if you believe the same thing that I believe, or if you don't. I think that your life should be a living testimony, and the way you live it and treat people should basically speak louder than what you say out of your mouth. And I'm not about that, oh, I'm going to try to convince you that you blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going to allow you and give you access to see how I live my life, so that you can decide if you want to follow the God that I follow. Of course, I'm going to always make the invitation. But yeah, girl, I can talk to anybody. Nadi Zagable. Oh my God, girl, I'm so sorry. I think you're very strong. Thank you. Another one is Ali Amateur. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering this. You are strong in faith. I am, guys. I really am. Like, I could never doubt that there isn't a God. There is a God. There is a God. That you're sweet and genuine. I'd like to think I'm genuine and sweet. Zuzu Petals 929. Leslie, you are amazing and beautiful. Oh my gosh, thank you. I miss you, girl. Okay, so Faithfully His 79 says, when you get angry, I don't think you could get out of character. Absolutely. I do not get out of character. Like, I cannot, there's so much that I have in me that I would never want to risk that by getting angry over something on this earth. This earth is temporary, guys. And there's a big difference for me from anger and frustration. I do get frustrated at times. I do get annoyed at times. Like, it's real. It's just real. That your walk with Christ has been perfect. Whew, that is far from the truth. Far from the truth. I mean, there were times that I literally couldn't even thank God for waking me up in the morning. You know, I was never suicidal per se, because I think that's very serious. But I just didn't feel like living. And so, like, that's just one of the things that I want to, like, share with you guys, that, like, my walk with Christ has not been perfect. I mean, far from perfect. You like pickles? No, not that Becky. I do not like pickles at all. Ugh, I don't. Hey, dear Irving, that you make moves in silence. Girl. And it's not that, like, everything is like, oh my gosh, like, I can't let anybody know because they're going to steal my idea. No. What God gave for me is authentically for me. And I know that only I can execute it in the way that he designed for me to execute it. But more so that I always want things to be clear and to be well put together. Not perfect, but done. You know what I mean? And it's funny that I even say that, because I'm actually working on a course and I'm really excited to roll it out. But it's gonna be like, I'm gonna talk about it more, but yes, I do make a lot of moves kind of like behind the scenes, for sure. Yazzie22 says, you've been faithful to the Lord and never backslid. So I grew up in church, and I think that there were times where I just didn't want nothing to do with it. And, but I think that what really anchored me was, like, becoming a wife at such a young age, right? And just seeing the dynamic of how prayer and covering your man, covering your husband, was really powerful. So I would say that I always had a solid relationship with the Lord, but I think that, I really didn't have a relationship until a certain age. And so before then, it was very, like, surface level. It was very like, whatever, you know. I think high school was a really, like, tough time for me as far as relationship with God. But yeah, I guess I kind of was, like, a distant from him. I didn't really, like, completely, like, backslide or anything like that, but I was definitely distant from him. Samantha S3 says that it takes a lot to get you mad or upset. Yeah, girl. Super solid Christian. Yeah, I mean, I'm a believer. Like, that's what I believe in. Emmy1712, perfection. No, I'm not perfect. Far from perfect. Jen Vasquez 22 says, you really try to take the high road. I kind of had to Google what the high road was because I forgot. I don't know why. Like, that's so weird. I know, right? But yeah, I like I said earlier, integrity is really important for me. And so even if somebody else made a mistake, like, I'm not going to take advantage of a mistake that another person made. For example, in this past December, like during Vlogmas, somebody made a really big financial mistake. And I could have just been like, oh, girl, like, y'all gonna pay me twice? But like you said, you know, taking the high road, although it wasn't my mistake, I could have just ran with it. I didn't, because I know that wouldn't have settled well with my heart. You know what I mean? I know it would have paid, like, a lot of bills, but I think that for me, it's important to keep that integrity, even when nobody is looking. Danira Adams says, super sweet and can do no wrong. Oh my gosh, I do wrong, girl. I mess up. I do mess up. I do. It's Miss Gigi623 says that you are a strong woman that believes in God, living and loving God. Yeah, I mean, I love God. Yeah, y'all know me. Ruby Ocampo says that you have an intimate relationship with God, and it encourages me to keep working on mine as well. I'm so glad that, like, you guys are inspired by me, like, sharing my relationship with God with you guys. I think that I want more of you to experience the encounters that I've felt so honored to experience with the Lord. Ruby Ocampo says, losing your husband was the worst thing that has happened to you, yet it made you stronger in every aspect. Yeah, I mean, that definitely goes on the top 5. I mean, in my life, that has really just altered the trajectory of my whole entire life, and like really my perspective. It really but God snatched me up and saved me from anything that the enemy tried to go ahead and destroy, even in my mind and in my heart, and what that could have done to me. That could have took me out. But God saved my life, guys. He did. You don't speak Spanish, I think. I do speak Spanish. Actually, at home, like growing up with my parents, they were both like fluent in Spanish. And so in order for me to communicate with them, I had to speak to them in Spanish. Ruby Ocampo says, okay, Ruby, you came through with the assumptions. I think this is a question, though. Small YouTuber, barely starting, would love to share my relationship with God on my channel as well. Go for it, girl. Share Jesus with the world. Like, I am all for it. Another one is Mommy Needs a Timeout says that you are doing well financially as an influencer. Yeah, I mean, I am all about creating multiple streams of income, and I think that working with brands, sponsorships and stuff is definitely an area that I could be doing better, but because I pace myself and because I am very like I said, intentional about like who I work with, and I want it to be clear that they know who I am and what I believe in, and as long as they let me kind of be creative, I run with it. So, but yeah, I would say that, yeah, I am doing fairly well with that. I do want to increase my my income more, definitely. I mean, who doesn't want a little bit more coin? So I'm working really hard to do that for sure. Wow. Oh my gosh, this was so fun. Did I miss any? Nope, didn't miss not one. Thank you guys so much for those who participated in sending any assumptions about me. This was really eye-opening. If there was anything in this video that kind of like striked a topic or like made you super interested in knowing a little bit more, just comment in the comment section below and let me know if I should maybe do a video about that particular assumption, because it's obvious that, you know, on this side of the screen, I live my life every day. You guys don't see those everyday things because, you know, they're private to me. And so those assumptions really open my eyes to see kind of like how you guys see me. So it's both comforting, like I said, and it really opens my eyes to kind of see in what areas I can be a little bit more transparent in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure that you're subscribed, and also make sure that you turn on that little bell right next to the subscription button down here somewhere, so that you are sent a notification when my videos go live, so that you won't miss a beat. I'll see you guys in my next video.